All right. So, who are you?
I am Keysha Benzing, and I am co-owner of CrossFit Madtown WLC.
Awesome. How did you become who you are?
Oh, yes, it first started college, undergrad kinesiology, grad school kinesiology. Always knew I wanted to do something with athletic performance training. Wasn't sure if I wanted to do college strength conditioning or like do the whole LA thing and be the trainer for the celebrities. And as I got more into grad school and started studying like athletics more, realized that I wanted to work with athletes more so, and actually set out at the time when I graduated in 2006, there was not like a head African-American female strength coach at D1 school. So that was my initial goal to do that.
Nice.
Was actually on track to do that, well on track for it. But then like a couple things after being in the college setting for a few years, once I noticed like those big schools have big problems as far as like just finances.
Turning an eye type thing?
Yeah, all those sorts of things. And also too, I felt like we're reaching athletes at too late of an age. Like normally college is your final destination. Very few athletes actually go pro. So I felt like a lot of stuff I learned as an athlete, as a professional athlete, I didn't learn till later in life. So I wanted to get athletes at an earlier age, like those kids who are training, or those kids who are dreaming about being in the Olympics, being professional athletes. Those are the ones who I wanted to work more with. So 2009 had the opportunity to come open up our own business, and that's what we did.
Awesome. So, what type of jobs did you have before this then?
So I've always actually had jobs in the training industry. So in college, I did like I taught like fitness recreation classes, like butts and thighs, spinning and core board. My first actually coaching job was at this place called Velocity. It's like a corporation athletic performance training thing, which was pretty cool. I learned a lot there. I worked at a place called Baseball Softball World. So I did a lot of free work, a lot of internships, just trying to learn as much as I could from different coaches. After those little gigs, I actually got my first GA position at University of California, Irvine. And then from there on, I always worked in the college setting. So this is like my first gig not related to a college setting since like college.
Right. Awesome. So then how did you stumble upon CrossFit?
So CrossFit, after finishing my undergrad and getting into grad school, as I started researching more about being a college and conditioning coach, I knew like you had to have your CSCS, your USAW, pretty much as many certifications that you can get, like the better. But in California, the CSCS and the USAW was like the most nationally recognized certifications. So actually, I used to hang out quite a bit with a guy named Josh Everett, who's a CrossFit poster child. He hadn't heard of it yet either, but him and Max Mormont, we got invited down to Coach Bergner's to do our USAW one weekend down in Bonzel. And while we were down there, Coach Bergner was like, have you guys heard of this CrossFit? Use a swear word, crap. We're like, no, we've never heard of it. And he introduced us. CrossFit's first trainers were actually down there getting certified.
Oh, okay.
So
you certified the first CrossFit?
Coach Bergner did.
Oh, okay.
So then once we met, her name was Lonnie Lau. She was down there getting certified, and after meeting us all, she invited us up the next weekend for like one of the second official CrossFit certs. So we actually went down and got certified the next weekend. So we actually found Coach Bergner and CrossFit in the same weekend. Sorry there.
That's all good. All right. Awesome. So that led you to be come here to Wisconsin.
Well, Skip and I really got to be really tight with the owner, founder of CrossFit, Greg Glassman. And while in a college setting, he knew like we were having struggles with it, and kept telling us like, you guys should start your own thing. You guys can make a lot of money doing CrossFit. Kept telling us that. And then finally, when we left the college setting and had the opportunity to open up our own business, we needed like a means of like marketing, so to speak, and that's where CrossFit fell naturally. So we're a CrossFit gym, and open up as CrossFit would definitely be specialized in training elite athletes, those who are serious about going to the next level. So we specialize in, but we train everybody.
Sure. So you've coached multiple athletes to a national level and beyond that. That's come out of this gym. That's awesome. What do you say? What exactly do you do here? If you had to sum up CrossFit Madtown, and what exactly do you do here?
We still have like the basic CrossFit components, but I say we build champions. That's what we specialize in. People who, as long as you come in and bust your butt, like we want those people who don't want to be mediocre, who don't want to settle for less. Like you want to be the best out there, go conquer the world, and that's what we do. I feel like in my own head, maybe not.
So what other types of things other than CrossFit do you offer here? I know you said you have, or I know, like in working here, you have like weightlifting,
Yep.
and you have youth training. What can you just expand on that?
Yeah, so we have our CrossFit intro, we have our CrossFit, we have our Hot Mamas, which is like CrossFit as well. We have our athletic performance training, which is all of our athletes who are ages pretty much 26 years and under, and that includes like youth development, youth advanced training, high school intro strength and power, high school advanced strength and power training, speed development, and PACT, which is plyometrics, agility, core conditioning training.
So you offer a lot more than just CrossFit.
Oh yeah, and then we actually spend quite a bit of our time training teams, like sports teams.
Awesome,
So.
cool. In building your dynasty, so to speak, what do you think of some of the challenges?
My husband's Skip. Sorry,
Right.
he has a minor in business. My minor's in health science, so like I always joke around with him and that I have no business doing business. Like I'm a trained coach, and even at the college setting, like athletes were brought to us. We didn't have to go out and seek business.
Right.
So I have a hard time. I feel like getting new athletes in who don't know about us, like trying to sell myself, so to speak. I feel like
Right.
I shouldn't have to be sold. People should just know. But at the same time, we are in business, so you have to go out there and sell yourself, which I feel weird about.
Awesome. So, if someone were to follow in your footsteps, what would be some of the biggest, like advice, basically?
Main thing is while you're learning, like while you're up and coming, while you're still in school, to go and learn from as many people as you can. Like, don't be afraid to do free work. If you need to travel a couple hours to go see somebody every weekend, do so. I feel like I'm a combination of probably 8 to 10 different coaches, whether they're strength conditioning coaches or track and field coaches. I like undergrad, grad school. That's what we did. Every weekend we went and learned for something new. I call it my black box. I kept everything I liked as part of me, and then I got rid of what I didn't like. And sometimes, even if I went and traveled somewhere to learn from a coach, sometimes I was learning what not to do, like witnessing bad coaching. That still helped me in a way too. So don't be afraid to do free work. It's free knowledge. You'll suck it up.
Awesome. So I know you're an athlete. And
sorry, he's going number 2.
That's okay. That's all right. What's one of the cool things coming from an athlete like yourself? If you could just kind of expand on that as well, to the coaching side of things.
My background, I was a track and field cross country athlete. I found sports really late, and I grew up super poor.
Right.
So I'll get back in that in 1 second. But I had a lot of good coaches who helped me out in life, but actually a lot of bad coaches later on in life.
Right.
So I feel like being a better coach, like getting access to younger kids, I think is really important. I think it's great, like parents try to help out and coach kids, but I think it's really essential that good, high quality coaches are teaching kids when they're young, when your athletic development is most crucial, most important. What I find the most pleasure in is sharing that stuff with athletes I didn't learn later, like things about the certain nutrition things, recovery, strength training, like always putting your best foot forward, stuff like.
Right.
I figured out my own, but I wish someone would have told me like early on, like, hey, you need to do this and you're going to be okay. So that kind of thing. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say after that.
That's okay. All right. Any last words? Just some type of advice, something to leave us on.
Don't be afraid to shoot for the stars. Like, people knew where I came from and the background I grew up with. Like, people wouldn't believe probably like I own my own business and living here in Madison. Like, don't be afraid to shoot for the stars. You put the work in, put the effort in, and I know you hear it as a cliche all the time, but anything really is possible. It really is true.
So. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Awesome.